Today is November 22nd, and Dr. Bruce is going to explain the report of findings on x-rays and a few other things. So go ahead, Dr. Bruce.
All right, welcome back. So at your last visit, we basically did an initial evaluation. And the whole purpose of that was to find out what areas of your nervous system was under stress and how that produces what we call a vertebral subluxation. And the analogy I gave you last time is that your nervous system is like a fuse box. And the individual nerves that go to individual parts of your body, those are the circuits. And the special software, the state-of-the-art technology that I use here allows me to test each individual area to find out how healthy they're actually functioning. And whether or not, guess what? That's going to produce basically a blockage between your brain and your body, what we call subluxation, okay? So today I will be giving you this folder, and inside this folder is the information that discusses a couple things. First is the subluxation, and to me this is the most important thing you can understand what a chiropractor does, because that's what makes us different than, say, a physical therapist. That's what makes us different as compared to an osteopath, because the role of a chiropractor is simple: to locate, detect, and correct areas of subluxation. If you break the word down, subluxation means less light. I believe that health flows from above down, inside out. And when health can't flow from above down, inside out, it causes the body to go into a state of dis-ease or lack of ease. And if there's lack of ease in the body, it doesn't work the way it should. It's pretty simple, okay? This brochure, if you see on the cover, it looks as if there's a blown fuse, and that's terminology that I use quite frequently. There's a blown fuse. So what's my job? Turn the power back on, okay? Inside this folder, there's the results of your nerve function scan, which we'll go over here in a moment. There's also a nerve function handout, okay? And the other things that's also in here, inside the inner flap, and this handout discusses the technology that's used, but I'm going to go into your specific results right here, right now, okay?
Okay.
And the first thing I wanted to discuss was this x-ray right here, because this x-ray is a picture of your upper spine, looking at it from this side, okay? Now, although it may be sort of hard to see from over there, but with my finger, I'll actually outline what a healthy curve looks like, okay? And then in red, I actually drew in what yours looks like. And so what we notice is the lower half of your cervicals here, they're actually heading in the wrong direction. And then up here is very straight, okay? Now, what that says to us is your spine is actually misaligning. The reason it's doing that? Lack of control. And what controls everything in the human body? The nervous system. That is why we took the time out at your last visit to actually go in and test your body's actual nerve function, okay? Now, up here in the top right, this shows clear. What that means is, if we were to draw in your nervous system, which is simple, it's your brain, spinal cord, and off the cord comes all these beautiful nerves. Well, what's important to know is what comes off your nerves. All of your organs, all of your glands, all of your muscles. So basically, your life flows through your nervous system. That's what chiropractic philosophy teaches. So would it make sense to have a clear signal from your brain to all the vital parts of the body, and then a signal back from the body up to the brain? That's what this is all about. One of the things we teach here is what's called the safety pin cycle. And what that basically means is, just like a safety pin, there's a top and a bottom. It's a constant feedback loop. So let's look for changes in that feedback loop. Right up here, this says nerve to muscle. That is a test that we utilize called surface EMG, which actually shows where there's areas of disconnection between the brain and body. Now, this scan should look exactly like that scan. It should be clear. So where you see differences in color, where you see the green and the blue and all these areas of red, what that means is those are areas of stress along your spinal cord. So the question is, if there's areas of disconnection between your brain and your body to your muscles, would you expect your muscles to be behaving the way they should?
No.
No. So when we look at your x-ray, your head's going in the wrong direction. Your curve is actually curving the wrong way. So what that means is, if your spine is misaligning, we should probably look to what moves the spine, which is your soft tissue, your muscles. But then we take it a step further and we say, okay, what actually controls the muscles? Your nerves. That's why we did this test. So here's a question. If you don't have proper muscle control, which you don't, would you expect to have proper muscle balance within the body?
No.
Okay. This scan right here shows us your actual muscle balance. And when we look at it, we see that your posture is extremely left-sided dominant. Okay, so what's that mean? Your body's not moving the way it should. Which, guess what? Could that cause you to not feel the right way? Absolutely. Now, an extremely important x-ray is this one right here. Okay, and this is actually, to me, the most important area of people's care, because what this does, it actually takes this top vertebrae and it gives me a different dimension at it. And what it does is it actually allows me to look at it in this view. And when we look at your x-ray and analyze it, we notice that the right side has actually what we call subluxated to the right. The reason why that's so huge is because that's at your brainstem. And if there's a roadblock between C1 or the brainstem level and the rest of the body, well, does it make sense that we make sure that that's happy first before we even pay attention to anything below it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, guess what? One of your first adjustments today is going to be right there. See, we don't test here in this office. We see exactly what's going on. We take the time to find out exactly what type of correction, because as a chiropractor, we don't crack you. We correct. Now, this bottom graph here is a nerve signal to your organs. This handout actually shows us what part of your nervous system branches off of the spinal cord and goes to individual parts of the body. So it's the same color scale. Clear is good. We like the clear. Green is mild nerve stress, blue is moderate, and red severe. Your greatest reading was right here at T6. If we neurologically look at what those nerves go to, it includes these parts: chest, breast, gallbladder, liver, stomach, pancreas, kidneys, and small intestine. That means that that circuit breaker isn't in the on position, which is causing this part of your body to not work 100%. Now, that doesn't mean you have symptoms in all those areas. It means that literally there's a roadblock between there, and over time, guess what? Those parts of your body may not function 100%, okay? That's what we call a subluxation in your mid-thoracics, okay? This area right here controls the neck muscles, shoulders, arms, all the way down to the fingertips, okay? So if someone comes in complaining of shoulder issues or numbness in their fingertips, guess what? That's an area that I would want to focus on a bit, okay? This area right here goes to the small intestines. That actually happens to be an area that I very commonly see stressed in babies who are colicky, because a lot of these babies, they don't pass the bowel movement the way they should, and guess what? They get cranky. I would get pretty cranky too if I couldn't pass the bowel every day. Down in here, those nerves go to your sciatic nerve, and they also go to your leg and feet, okay? Would it be important for you to have all those nerves be as healthy as they should be so that your body and all its organs and muscles function 100% the way they should?
Absolutely.
Okay. The whole point of your chiropractic care here in my office is to get your body to be able to adapt to your own environment, meaning what you eat matters, how much you sleep matters, your personal relationships, which is emotional stress, matters. So it's what we call think well, eat well, adjust well, move well, which is an integral part. But to me, the foundation of everything, a clear, healthy nervous system, which is why some folks eat very healthy, but then they don't feel healthy. Or some people exercise a lot, but they're not healthy. You have to put all those tools together, and guess what happens? Life.
Wonderful.
Health. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to start a process together, and every once in a while we're going to take time out from this process, and we're going to go in an evaluation room, and we're going to retest you. We're going to make sure that your body's functioning better. We're going to make sure that you're getting the appropriate levels of care. And that way we can introduce at-home exercise. We can introduce changes in nutrition. But first and foremost, we need to have a healthy nervous system so your body can do its own job appropriately.
Wonderful.
Any questions?
Nope, not at this point.
Awesome.
So we're going to do an adjustment now.
We're going to turn the power back on.
All right.